What's up, my YouTube wizards? And today we're going to do how to art videos. Now today I'm going to talk about shapes. And last episode I talked about lines. I'll leave a link in the description and of course a link at the end of the video that'll take you to that. But without further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? Now, a shape is pretty simple. I think you know what a shape is. Geometric shapes anyway. Circles, squares, stuff like that, right? A shape is an enclosed space, the boundary of which are defined by other elements of art, such as lines, textures, colors, form, all those kinds of things. But there's not just that. Organic shapes. And it is defined as an organic shape has a natural or less defined edge. An example would be an amoeba or a cloud. So I'll give you an example. Now, of course, everyone's seen a cloud. It doesn't have a definitive line because it is not defined, I guess you could say, in a normal space, geometrically. Now, if you're a kid and you don't understand that, I would say an organic shape isn't something that has hard lines, like the circle and the square. It has no edges, no line, no boundaries. It's just there, and it is seen. Other examples of shapes would of course be freeform, which is like, and then it meets at the end. I mean, that's a bad example, but hey, let me try turning it off. Like, that's a freeform shape, but it has definitive lines. Or here, I'll use color as an example as well. And there, I made a square. This would be a square, defined by a shape. Or defined by color, I should say. See, there's a square. Now I can't really get into 3D shapes because that is a different element of art. It's called form, but we'll get into that next video. Shapes are really just defined as really having a width and a length, geometrically anyway. There really isn't a whole lot to talk about when it comes to shapes because everyone knows what a basic shape is, like a square, a circle, or anything like that. But what I would suggest is trying to make these as perfect as possible. Like, my best advice when learning shapes is looking at different objects in the world and looking for basic shapes. Like here, I'll use my thumbnail from my Fallout 4 series. Like, you can obviously see there's a defined square. But look at this synth's head. You can obviously see an oval. Or in the generator, you can obviously see an oval here. You can see basic shapes in everything. Even letters, faces, like drinking glasses. Everything has a basic shape to it that makes it. I mean, if it didn't have the basic shape to it, we would not be able to comprehend it with our eyes. That's really all I have to say on that one. There's not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to basic shapes. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys can find basic shapes in everything is my best advice to learn shapes. Because when drawing something, you need to draw the basic shape of an object and then put in the fine details and textures. I hope you learned something. If you did, leave a like. Leave a comment telling me, I don't know, what state you come from or something. And if you do leave a like, I'll ship you a free pencil. How about that? Well, guys, peace.